Guys, I just got something for the big dog, man. I've been looking around for one of these for a while. Check it out. That's a Rosa saddlebag. I just got it off of someone here in the local neighborhood for $40. It actually fits perfectly. I got the two straps on the top and one strap on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that strap on the bottom, but it fits really good. It's not going nowhere. Look at that. It's not going anywhere, man. Because this side here, I really didn't want one on this side because the pulley here, and there's really, and then the belt's right here, you know, so and that serves the purpose just right for me. Because like if I go out to get a couple hoagies from me and an old lady, I could stick them in there now. I could throw her cigarettes, a carton of cigarettes in there. You know. Now, if you want to buy, there is saddlebags that are specially made for this. They're $157 a piece, plus shipping. So now when we make our seat, I want to make the seat this color. We're going to make the seat like a tan color. Now let me show you, let me tell you what's going on with the seat here. It's my fault. This seat shell here actually goes to a Mastiff. And what's going on now is this part is hitting the frame. So I sat this down and there's like a gap. There's like probably about an inch gap between this bottom here and the frame, which I can't have that. You know, so what has to happen is all this has to sit on the frame. This whole section here has to sit, and this is stopping it. This part here is okay, but this hits the frame. So only a small section up here. So what I have to do is I have to grind this down. I have to channel this more. This all has to be ground down here. And now, once we finish it, this is going to be packed with felt. We're going to put a real thick layer of felt in here. The whole bottom here is going to be covered with felt, and this is going to all be felted. The leather, what we'll do with the leather is going to be riveted down here. It's going to be glued and riveted to the bottom of this. And we could even put some staples in it too. And then over everything will be black felt. And then we'll get a couple furniture inserts. We'll heat them up. First, what you do is you drill a little hole. I can still see the holes in here. And then we'll heat our furniture inserts up because there's threads inside the furniture inserts, and they screw in. So we'll screw those in, and then our little bracket here, that little bracket that goes underneath the metal tab on the frame, that'll screw right into there. But yeah, guys, this has to be taken down basically to this level here. So the channel will come out to about right here, and we might have to take this out too. Now, if that doesn't work, I have to make another shell. But I think I can make that work. Then once we get it to sit in the frame, you see I started digging this way a little bit here. I might have to round this down a little bit more, and we'll get some Bondo to fill that in. But we'll make it work. I ordered the leather. The leather's on the way. And some tooling dies are also on the way. And probably what we're going to put on here is a skull with wings and then some flames. And up here, we'll put some more flames. And you know, up here, right in here is going to be, the leather's going to be laced. And then we're going to get a thick piece of like 12-ounce leather bevel both sides, and there'll be a strap going across here because I don't want the lacing. I don't want this lacing to show. But I think having this in 2 pieces, I think it'll last a lot longer too. I mean, it's going to be a hard ride. I promise you that. But you know, this seat here, this really isn't, as you see, it's not really spongy anyway, so that's going to be basically the same. It's not going to be any softer than this. This is actually a hard seat. You know, any of you guys that have the stock seat, these are not soft. You know, this one here is actually, believe it or not, it's going to be a little softer than the stock seat. So that's where we are in this. Probably what I'll do is this weekend, I'll see if I can grind, I'll see if I can channel that down a little bit more. And once I get the fit in the frame properly, then we'll round this out a little bit. This has to be rounded. You know, because this one here, I want it to be as close to this as possible. See how that's a little rounded? I'd like for that to sit against the gas tank perfectly. I don't want a gap in there. So, you know, like on the factory, see where there's this little gap? I don't want that. I want it to fit perfectly against the tank. The finished product's going to be against the tank, so we'll probably have to take this away here a little bit, and then we'll bevel that. But yeah, man, what do you think of my goddamn saddlebag, guys? It needs puffed up a little bit. It's probably because the guy didn't have anything in it, so it needs puffed out. There, I put some towels in it. Brought you guys back off of pause. You know what you could even do with these is you could wet these down and then puff them out a little bit. You know what, man? I'm a perfectionist, you know, and I guess that's good enough just like it is. I'm just happy to have a saddlebag on there. The only problem that's going to give me is when I put my kickstand down, I reach over with my left hand to grab my kickstand. What I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to kind of like have to blindly feel for the kickstand. But when I first got this, I would try to get it with my foot. And I soon found out that you have to physically grab it with your hand to put it down. So that's probably the only problem that's going to give me. But, you know, that's the price you pay, man, to have a saddlebag on that side. You know, you have to feel around with your hand to grab it. But it works, you know, and it's a little Rosa, too. It's an expensive saddlebag. I bought these saddlebags here online from a shop out in Butler, actually, a motorcycle shop out in Butler. And I just found out the other day that these are, because when I bought them, they advertised them as they're leather. They're not leather. They're polyurethane. They're called PU leather. It's short for, you can see it's not even bonded leather. It's fake leather. Basically, it's polyurethane leather. That's what PU leather stands for. So I'll probably put those on the Honda Rebel up there. You know, now the second thing we got to do, man, is get our seat done, and we're going to get it that color there, maybe even a little lighter. You know, we'll get it like a light brown. But yeah, man, that's what's going on with that. We have to channel the shell out a little bit more, the seat pan. We'll get her. Everything comes with time, you know. And we'll fix the front here up a little bit better. We'll change that. That's not staying like that. You know, we'll grind that down. We'll get that out of the way and fill that with some Bondo. Because once the leather goes on there, man, the leather has to have a smooth surface. Even though this will all be stitched. Stitching will be in the front. Stitching will come down here like that. Still, it has to have a, everything has to be smooth. The smoother, the better final job.